Hi, I'm Denise Gagne. I'm here today to share the learning modules for September week 2. Over on the left menu, select learning modules, and then you'll see all the grade lessons. We have lesson modules built for pre-K through to middle school, and there's new and review activities in each of these modules. Once I get into pre-K September week 2, I could copy it to my list and then edit, take things out, add things to it, or I could simply teach the lesson as it is and skip over things that I don't necessarily want to do. There's lots in here, and that's because we plan 40 to 60 minutes worth of materials. If you only have your kids for 30 minutes, leave some out. And there is review built in to the modules. So there will be some review of last week's. Time for Music is our opening song every single week. And once your kids start getting good at it, have them create verses and time for music, tap your shoulders, tap your shoulders, tap your nose, pull your ears, pull your ears. They like making things up themselves, and it helps build the creativity in the kids. I like the animal sounds warm up because some animals have low voices and some, like a puppy, have high voices, and it gets the kids using the range of their voices. This is a Keep the Beat activity where they copy me. It's ballet music by Mozart. I would be very tempted to turn the screen off with the kids, simply play the music and have them take turns being the beat leader. They like that too. This is asking what instruments you have in your classroom. That's going to vary from classroom to classroom, but every time I bring out an instrument, I talk about how does it make it sound? I tap it. What's it made out of? Wood. So I would classify it as a wood. I do that with pre-K. It's not an expectation that I'm going to assess, but I will certainly introduce it. This is one of my favorite activities, and I do this from pre-K on up, all through elementary. Play the instruments quickly, quickly, quickly. Play the instruments quickly, quickly, stop. And you certainly don't need a recording for it. You just do it, and then you praise the child who stops right away. Oh, you did such a good job of stopping. Excellent. Play the instrument slowly. I find that if I involve the kids in playing instantly, there's very few behaviors to deal with, because what do they want to do when they get instruments? They want to play. Then we play along with the song, play and stop. Play and stop. Play and stop. And pre-Ks love this. They love the anticipation. If you listen to podcaster Dr. Andrew Huberman, he talks about dopamine. And one of the things that gets dopamine going in your brain and makes you feel good is anticipation. And that's why kids like this. So now play the instrument with music by Bach and explore. If you've got sticks, you can tap them, you can pound them, you can scrape them. So explore different ways of playing with the music. The poem 1, 2, 3, 4 is my poem that I use for speaking and singing voice, the types of voices. 1, 2, 3, 4, meet me at the kitchen door. 5, 6, 7, 8, hurry, don't be late. So we would say it in all those voices. And that's what the demo shows, is saying it in a whisper voice, a speaking voice, a calling voice or shouting voice, a singing voice. Make up a melody for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, meet me at the kitchen door. 5, 6, 7, 8, hurry, don't be late. And what you do with the activity is you choose 2 types of voices and you say the poem then in those voices. So I have chosen speaking and whispering. 1, 2, 3, 4, meet me at the kitchen door. 5, 6, 7, 8, hurry, don't be late. And then you clear it and you have kids choose different ways. Thinking the song. They'd hide the sound in their heads. If you ever want little ones to learn lyrics, you have them do it in their heads with magic lips, and they will learn those lyrics. Reviewing the alphabet song, Z for Americans, Z for Canadians. The 3 Little Fishies finger play with the shark puppet is always a favorite. If you don't have a shark puppet, you need to have a shark puppet. It's very important. And then review. Short letter A says, ah, 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 like alligator, al. Alligator alarm. It's one of the kids' favorite songs, and it lives on. The monkey song is another favorite. Monkey climbing in the tree. And we do actions to it in pre-K. I show you the movements that I use here. Older kids, you can do this as a little partner dance. And then Shake It Together is another review from last week, a good movement song. Keep those Ks moving, pre-Ks and Ks. And here's a demo of it. You don't really need the demo. You just do what the words say to do. And then you sing skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo to end your lesson. And these were my adorable pre-K students at Koinonia Christian School. They were just a wonderful class. That is pre-K lesson 2 for September, week 2. Kindergarten lesson 2 for September, week 2. Again, we have lots of activities, but they're short little activities, and you just keep the pace fast and you'll keep those kids engaged. This is an echo song. Welcome to school, everyone. And they will echo. Animal sounds warm up. Nothing wrong with doing it with pre-Ks and with kindergartens. If they haven't done it for a whole year, they're going to love doing it again. And the same, introduce the instruments with the instrument families. You don't have to do all of them. Just do the one that you're going to use in the playing activities. And the playing activities for K are the same as for pre-K. Play the instruments quickly, quickly, quickly. Play the instruments quickly, quickly. Stop. And then you catch somebody who stopped right away. You stopped right away. Or the whole class stopped right away. This is the miracle of kindergarten, that they all stopped at the right time. And you do it exactly what it says, and kids love this. And then the play and stop song is fun, and they love the anticipation of when it's going to. And I won't go through that all, but it is fun. Find ways to keep the beat with Vivace. So this is a different listening selection, and it has loud and quiet sections. So keep the beat here, keep the beat here, keep the beat here, keep the beat here, tap the beat. Maybe you can do some marching in place. Maybe you could do some stomping in place and get some locomotor movements going if the kids are ready for that. Echo the poem. This is a great poem for reviewing speaking and singing voice. This is my speaking voice. This is my speaking voice. I use it every day. This is my whisper voice. This is my whisper. It's quieter this way. It's quieter this way. This is my shouting voice. This is my shouting voice. It sounds like a fight. It sounds like a fight. This is my singing voice. This is my singing. It sounds just right. It sounds just right. This is one of my favorite lessons in kindergarten because it really teaches the types of voice as well. Same poem that I used in pre-K. 1, 2, 3, 4. Meet me at the kitchen door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hurry, don't be late. Doing the movements is important so that they keep the beat while they're doing the poem. If you forget what I'm doing, you can always use the kids demo, and then you choose 2 types of voices. Let's try a whisper and a shouting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Meet me at the kitchen door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hurry, don't be late. And then you would clear them off and invite the children to suggest 2 different voices. They will learn their types of voices really well. If you go to the song in the song list using that little arrow key, there will be printable types of voices posters that you can use as manipulatives. I lay them out on the floor because in my pre-K classes, as you can see, I have no technology. There's no screen. It's just me and the kids. So in that case, I would use the printable posters rather than the interactive. It's good to keep kids off the screen and do things as much as you can off screen. Learn the song, A Smile Goes a Long, Long Way. I think everybody could use that song. And then here's a wonderful performance that you can watch of a class. This is actually in Ecuador, this class, doing the song A Smile Goes a Long, Long Way. Move and count, count and go. That's just, again, get the kids up and moving. Join into the game. This is review. And Lisa and I show you how to move to it. And you got to sing when the spirit says sing. Create your own verse. and we end with Skinamarink with the kindergartens. I think your kindergartens will really enjoy lesson 2. Here is the grade 1 lesson for September week 2. And not quite as many activities as kindergarten, but still lots. I've added into the lesson outline extensions. If you have the kids more than 60 minutes a week, it's possible by going with the little arrow to the song to find many, many extension activities. In fact, if you don't want to do all the lesson, just focus on 1 or 2 songs and do all the extensions for those songs. It makes a great lesson as well. So Doobie Doo is a great warm-up song. And then we have a new song, Choo Choo Train. If your students are reading, which I wouldn't expect this time of the year in grade 1, have them read the rhythms and then read the solfa. More likely they are not reading, and so you'll teach it by rote. Sing a phrase, have the kids sing back. If you're not comfortable singing for your kids, you can play the audio. And then we would sing the whole Choo Choo Train song, and here's a demo of how to play the game. It's a follow the leader game. First one makes up a movement. Everybody in the line copies them. At the end of the song, leader goes to the end of the line, and the next person in line is the new leader. I like this game, and it doesn't take very long. I've done it in a class of grade 2s with 22 grade 2s. Each of them had a turn to be leader, and it only took 7 minutes. So it wasn't terribly long. Here are the beat and rhythm activities for Choo Choo Train. So I would certainly start with pointing to the beat, count how many beats there are in the song. And then I would go on to the audiation activity. The beats that you see, we sing out loud. The ones that are grayed out, you sing in your head. Really helps to develop inner hearing. And then these activities go on to talk about beat and rhythm. Rhythm is the way the words go. Doing the difference between beat and rhythm, and then labeling sounds on a beat. So that's clap the rhythm. That's doing an activity where if I select this card, you step the beat. If I select this card, you clap the words. Then we assess if they understand the difference between beat and rhythm. I can play it. If I think it's the beat, I tap my heart. If I think it's rhythm, I clap the words. I actually do that often on instruments. Is this the beat of the song or the rhythm? So I would do this without technology. This would be a reminder to me to do it. So once they have understood the difference between beat and rhythm, we can do the sounds on a beat. Choo, choo, 2 sounds. Train, 1 sound. And the next activity, we'll do this with notes, and this is where you label your rhythm. 2 sounds on a beat is TT in my world. If it's do day or Todd, Todday, whatever names you use, you can use them. But label it here. Then there's a creating activity. So you can see there's millions of extensions just in this one activity. I love the song Mountaintop Monster. I'm sure your kids do too. That's a good movement song, and an optional activity to color some monsters that are low and high, like the ones in the song. Poem Grandma's Glasses. These are Grandma's glasses. This is Grandma's hat. This is the way she folds her hands and puts them in her lap. These are Grandpa's glasses. This is Grandpa's hat. This is the way he folds his arms, and then he takes a nap. So high voice, low voice, more of that. Grand Old Duke of York is to introduce the idea of fast and slow to your students. Familiar song. I have my own actions for it that I really like. So I get the kids doing the movements, and the faster they go, the more fun they have. And then you can play the fast, slow game to reinforce. Fast and Slow. Wild Donkeys is a very fast piece, and we've got a beautiful performance video of it and a beautiful new animated listening map of it. And then Sing the Echoes in the Music Time is Over. I think your grade 1 students will really enjoy September week 2's lesson. Now is grade 2, September week 2. And we're doing similar things to what we did with Choo Choo Train with engine number 9 in 2nd grade. So new song, but very similar activities. Sing the Echoes and Welcome to Music. You can do the beat as the pulse of the music if you didn't do it last week. And there's a body percussion play along where the children will practice keeping a beat with the music. And these are all fun. And so we would start with clapping. We'll get a little countdown. 2, ready, go. So easy for the teacher to do, and this one you will want to use the screen for. Teach engine number 9. Grade 2s may be able to do this as a reading song. If not, teach by rote. Here's a kid's demo of the game and the same interactive activities that we had for Choo Choo Train. So it starts with counting the beats, then the audiation, where you hide some beats in your head, and you can do whichever of these activities you wish. There's 2 games in this lesson, which might be too much for your students. It might take too much time, so you might have to pick one. But I do like Hill Hill. And Hill Hill, if you don't do it this week, do it in the following week, because it introduces half notes, which is the new rhythm in 2nd grade. So teach this one by rote. They may be able to sing the solfa notes if they're good little solfa readers. Here's how the game is played. I had taken the students outside to play the game. If you play it inside, just get them to hop on one foot or some way of slowing them down. And then we're going to learn to sing Poor Little Bug on the Wall. It's a very cute little song. You can have the kids learn it by rote, sing or play a phrase, have the students echo, combine phrases until they sing it all. And then it uses different tempos and is a good review actually of fast, slow, loud, quiet, and it even has a silly sound where you make silly sounds. O Canada for our Canadian teachers, My Country 'Tis of Thee for our American teachers, and then the music time is over. So your students will enjoy the activities, especially having 2 games in one lesson. That doesn't happen often. And they will love it. That's grade 2, lesson 2, September week 2. Next, I'm going to grade 3, September week 2, and we are going to review the I Like Singing song and sing the echo parts. They should be able to sing more of the song this week. I show in this video how to make homemade kazoos. If you've got actual real kazoos and they're disinfected, let the kids play real kazoos with it. Number concentration is a review, and I would hope at this point that your students can read rhythms and can read the solfa notes. If you can't remember how to play the game, there's a kid's demo to watch. Now we've got a new song, Mrs. Tong, and this is another one that is a sing-along, and it reviews high, low, loud, fast. High, low, loud, quiet, fast, slow. And it's a silly song. It's not meant to be taken at all seriously. So either teach by rote with your voice or teach by rote using the audio track. And then sing the song. While you're singing it, think about all the ways that the song changes. This is a very fun game. It's done with a beanbag, and I need to beanbag here. So I would have the kids read it again. This could be a reading song for 3rd grade. Once they have it, then you teach them the movements. Plain seas, you just toss it up. Clap seas, you clap. Twirl around, you twirl your arms while you toss. 2 back seas, I just dropped it. Right hand, left hand, toss it high, toss it low. Touch your knee, touch your toe, touch your heel, and through you go. Fun game. My 3rd graders have always really enjoyed it, and you can see my group of 3rd graders playing it here. There will be some solo performances because the kids wanted to show off that they could do it by themselves without dropping the beanbag. Then you can go on and do an interactive activity to name solfa notes. Here's figure out the rhythm for plainsies, clapsies. Review the song, I'm Glad I'm Back at School, and it is a very clear representation of ABA forms, so a good song for that. And I hope your kids are glad they're back at school. That's grade 3, lesson 2. Grade 4 comes next. And grade 4, September week 2 lesson is going to do some review of the first week. I like this little light of mine because it's familiar to the children and it gets them singing well, and we make little actions to go with it. The Jolly Rhythm game, I would change the way that this goes from doing 1 0 0 1 1 to Denise, Denise, Jason, Jason, and have the names in there just to help you remember the names. I've had teachers that teach more than 1,000 kids. The only way you're going to remember those kids' names is if you play a name game, and probably at the beginning of class all the way through the whole year. Here's a kid's demo of the kids. We're doing the number version, but again, I would switch to the name version. We did Frere Jacques last week, and I would do it this week and see if they can sing it as a round. Here is a new song. This has a great ORF arrangement, and in fact, there is a demo of how to teach with ORF on the website. I'm taking a chance here that I can actually find it. If I go to Musicplay Online and I go to Instruments, and I go to ORF. I'm hoping that's where it is. Nope, I'm wrong. It isn't there. ORF resources, maybe it's in here. There it is. So this is a teaching demo of the whole process that I use in class to teach Good Morning. It's not something you're going to do in a week. It's going to be over a period of weeks. But this video, if you're new to the ORF process, is a good introduction. And I found that Instruments, ORF resources. And in this ORF resources section, you're also going to find some really nice posters and instrument labels and things. So going back to my grade 4 module, I have the song, I have the ORF arrangement, and if you're confident, by all means, teach the kids the ORF arrangement. There is a singing game that goes with it, and this is a demo of the game. The song Chester is really fun for the kids. I have the note name challenge first, so that they do the names, and then you sing Chester and do the movements. Kids demo here of the movements if you need it. Chester, have you heard about Harry? Just got back from the army. I hear he knows how to wear a rose. Hip, hip, hooray for the army. It's always fun. It's one of those songs keep in your back pocket. If your technology ever dies on you, your Wi-Fi is not working in your building, songs like Chester will save your life because you can sing them with the kids, you can do the actions, and they always like them. Here is the interactive tempo tool, and I've suggested trying where your kids are at. If your kids are not doing 16th notes yet, just stick with levels 1 to 5. This song was not in last year's lessons, but it is in the song list for 4th grade. Jody has a boyfriend, pizza, pizza, daddy-o. And there is a really good kids demo that shows how to play pizza, pizza. So if you have time to do it, I would recommend adding this song to your grade 4 lesson. If you have time, especially if you've got 2 lessons in the week, I would definitely try and get to this one because it's fun, wears the kids out. It is a great beat-keeping activity and a fun, it's an African-American street game. So that's 4th grade, lesson 2. Now I'm going on to grade 5, lesson 2 for September, and we're going to use Boom Chicka Boom as a warm-up. And it, again, reviews fast, slow, quiet, loud, high, low. Some of your 5th graders' voices may be changing. I think kids' voices do change earlier, but a lot of your 5th graders, most of your 5th graders should still be able to sing in head voice. So doing the high voice here is a good reminder that you can say it up there, you can still sing it up there. I create ostinato patterns with body percussion to do it, and have your kids create their own body percussion patterns to do with it. Boom, chicka, boom. Boom, chicka, boom. Boom, chicka, rocka, chicka, boom. Boom, chicka, rocka, chicka, boom. And then I stop the percussion. All right. Oh, yeah. One more time. A little bit faster. Boom, chicka, boom. Boom, chicka, boom. So you keep the body percussion going as long as you can. If you haven't already done so, review the names with the concentration game, review Little Tommy Tinker, and try it as a round this week. Learn about Vivaldi, and I believe the selection is from Autumn by Vivaldi, and it's a really nice play along. You can play along with body percussion, or if you have lots of time, choose instruments to play. And typically one instrument's going to play on the loud parts and one instrument's going to play on the quiet parts. Here is practicing rhythm reading at different tempos. This is the tempo interactive. And I've got lesson 3 of the staff in here, notes on spaces, practicing, assessing, and then play a game to name the notes. The games are what the kids love best. And if they've just practiced the note names, maybe they can sing G, G, E, E, C, 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 or they can sing it in solfa. So, so, mi, mi, do, do, do. Notice up here, I have so, mi, do, I have C, E, G, or G, E, C. So you can use both solfege and absolute pitches, or you can choose which you prefer. And here's how to play the pass the stick game, and it's kind of fun. It's this one. We sing, pass the stick around the room. If it drops, you lose your turn. Or when we end this silly tune, and somebody crashes the cymbals somewhere in the middle of the song. And whoever's got their hands on the stick at that time is out, but they get to be the next cymbal crasher. So there is a reward. You could have the kids that are out go to Orff Instruments and accompany with a CG Bordeaux. Mama Don't Allow was the first song we did in September week 1, and we did it with spoons. So if you have the spoons available, review it. The rhythm racing game is optional. It is a fun game that your grade 5s will enjoy. Good lessons for grade 5 in September week 2. Last but not least, I'm going to middle school. And in middle school, we're really trying to incorporate some pop song activities for your students. So circle name game to practice their names. Can you keep a steady beat? So 8 students in a row will pass that part of the beat around. Watch the kids' demo to learn how to play it. I can't do it by myself. Review the song Barges if they liked it. If they didn't love it, go on and teach them how to play 7s. I do a good demo here, and then you can try the demo with Clap Your Hands by Kungs. Mango Walk is, there's a nice Orff arrangement with this. The Orff arrangement is by Judy Sills, and it's a nice little reading song. I could actually play that on recorder, so it would be it would be doable. The B flat might be tricky for your kids, but there's an Orff arrangement. You could start by having the kids create an ostinato to sing with the song. And if you have a full set of Orff instruments, by all means, teach them the full Orff arrangement for it. That would probably take your full class if you have those instruments. Why shouldn't my car? And it's here's the concept slide so you can teach it and then try it as a round. Name the notes, and then there's a rhythm sort. Why shouldn't, and we do the rhythms for the game. Rhythm Racer game is an optional coconut chaos game. So that's middle school. There is 40 to 60 minutes of material in each of these lessons, and anytime you have a song, you can go to the song in the song list by clicking that arrow, and then you'll see the wealth of extensions that are available. So find what your students like, and then go to the song in the song list and do more with that song. You might want to have them play ukuleles with that song, or if you have guitars, have them play guitars. All the concept slides are here, and they are great for kids to learn time signatures in this one, do a rhythm review, sing in harmony, and use note names. Lots of extensions in Musicplay. Thank you. I'm Denise Gagne. I hope you have lots of fun in week 2 of September with your students.